I'm Rebecca Rosenblatt, sex therapist. The number one complaint I hear from couples is bedroom boredom. Well, I won't stand for it. In the next 30 minutes, I will whip another couple's relationship into shape. How are you doing between the sheets?
My name is Kathryn. I'm 26 years old.
My name's Greg. I'm 29 years old.
When I first met Greg, it was almost as if I already knew him.
First time I met Kathryn, she was sitting in my seat in class, which was a blessing in disguise.
We have put so much effort into every other part of a relationship, every other part except for the bedroom.
Greg and Kathryn connect really well on many levels, but when it comes to sex, they've simply given up. Let's see if we can nudge them into a fresh new start and help them rediscover each other like new lovers. How would you describe your relationship so far?
A roller coaster.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of ups, a lot of downs.
At the beginning, it was pretty high, very sexual, I'd say.
Yeah.
And
It's hot and steamy.
quite.
Yeah.
Couldn't
We
keep
were
your hands
very-
off each other?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often were you getting it on?
How often a day, I think, is more the question. At the beginning, it was just
counting, right?
to catch your breath again. It's like, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
Like, I think that.
I'd say three times a day.
What's going on now?
Wake me up when it's over.
So you had quantity going. What about quality?
Fantastic.
Not always.
Okay. I thought it was.
Not always.
What was missing?
Him being able to hold on for me and last out until it was like my turn. So like,
To orgasm.
so he would go first, basically, and I would be left hanging.
Would you say in those areas now where you feel a little let down, has it become an overriding issue?
Absolutely.
And can you talk about it?
For the most part, I think we can talk about it. I think it's just, it's more of, it's turned into an avoidance, I think. You think of that, so it's like you start to get excited and you start to think, okay, well maybe, you know, we'll go fool around and maybe, you know, make some love, and it's like, maybe not, because maybe I think I know where it's gonna go.
So you've got this trigger, you shut off. What does that do to you?
Most of the time I don't even bother trying to attempt it.
It's a couple things for me. I wish that you were more romantic and would plan things and surprise me and put more effort into it that way and kind of plan these things out instead of it always just being like, oh, okay, we're excited, let's have sex. Okay, let's go. Which is like basically like lighting a match, and then anything could just blow that right out.
Can I ask you why it doesn't happen?
Time.
It's a fight for your time anyways. Like, you're very protective of it.
Own personal time. I feel that when I ask for me time, I am interrupted.
But maybe I wouldn't be interrupting you if I was feeling like I was getting time with you, or if I had something to look forward to.
Greg is so turned on by Kathryn that things often come to an abrupt finish in the bedroom before she is fully satisfied. She wants him to turn off his other commitments and take his time turning her on with caring romantic gestures. These two have a lot to build on, so we're going to start off with some homework to get them back into the rhythm. What I want you to do is, instead of focusing on all this other negative stuff, we're going to start really, really fresh. Okay? So you're having sex every single night. You're making time for sex. You're putting it on the plate, okay?
Okay.
Is there a way?
Through the day,
Yeah.
through the day, your job is to warm her up. Whether you want to send her a hot email, exactly what you're going to do to her, or you want to call her up and tell her something nice about herself. She wants to get in the mood. You're going to take the day and you're going to get her in the mood. And when he comes, honey, you had better be in the mood. I'm telling you. And one more thing, it's going to be a little tough, but you have to take at least 15 to 30 minutes before you touch the genitals. I want you to just explore each other's bodies. You're discovering each other all over again for the first time. And once you've done enough groping around, you can get to bullseye. You're not going to give up on each other. I'm not going to let you. Are you all set?
Absolutely.
Kathryn wants Greg to crank up the romance, but she's got to play her part in the seduction too. I need to reawaken her to the sensuality of her body and the possibilities it offers. A belly dancing class will make her feel sexy and definitely capture Greg's attention.
I understand that you're feeling your vision of sensuality is a little bit narrow and you'd like to kind of broaden your scope. Let everything else relax. Just let here, just let it go. Everything else, just pull this kind of back towards your spine.
Okay.
Yeah. You should feel that your pelvis just dropped and your waist got a little bit longer.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So feel like there's an empty space here. Just shift your weight side to side and feel the movement being absorbed into your stomach.
Yes.
Good. Okay. And now twisting, kind of like a washing machine. Feel like you're rotating on your central axis, which is like your spine. Yeah, very good. So you're not really shifting your weight.
Okay.
Staying very central. Okay?
Coming up, Greg plans a perfect romantic escape to show Kathryn how much he adores her, while she continues to learn the seductive art of belly dancing. Next on Between the Sheets. What's your sex life like right now?
What sex life?
What turns you on the most?
Kathryn.
Let everything else relax. Yeah, and just let your hips kind of hang there and get jostled around. It also allows you to relax and allows you to let go.
Okay. What I want is for Greg to sweep me off my feet, to just take control of a situation, just take the initiative, and just really make me feel like the most important thing in the world.
Kathryn wants Greg to put some extra effort into showing her how much he loves her. I'm going to hook him up with a personal concierge who will help him put together the perfect romantic outing for the two of them.
Rebecca has asked me to help you plan a romantic picnic. So why don't you tell me what you think we should include in the picnic?
I would probably include tuna sandwiches, maybe a bottle of wine, some fruit.
Well, you're on the right track. I think we're gonna up it a little bit,
Okay.
a little more elegant and special. So what I'd like to show you are some of the items that I think are gonna make this a wow experience. To create the mood, we're going to have some candles.
Okay.
These are votive candle holders, and we've made them a little taller because it could be a little windy in your picnic location, so we have to think about that.
Right.
We've also got specialty bottled water with a really sexy, colorful bottle.
It is.
The fondue pot.
Which I've never done.
You've never done that? Well, she'll be very impressed.
Okay.
Big brownie points here.
Yeah.
That's going to be for dessert.
And then with the ball of your foot, like you're squishing into the floor, push down into the floor and push your hip forward into a twisted position. Very good. And then release that. Twist, kick, twist, sit, twist forward, release. Twist forward, sit, twist forward, kick. Twist, sit, twist, release, twist, sit, twist, release, twist, sit, twist, release. Very good.
Cheese is really a classy way to end or begin a meal.
Okay.
And very important that you have nice bread, that it isn't just some piece of bread that you picked up at the store. This is a French baguette, and we're going to think about how we're going to cut the baguette. You're going to have a bread board, a cutting board, a knife. Some of the other items we have to think about is a knife to cut the cheese.
Okay.
Also interesting to have a display of interesting crackers. I mean, look at these are wafer thin, really pretty crackers, and it says special. And that's really what we're trying to achieve here.
Take our hand to the side of our face. You can hold your hair or something. And this hand we take to the side. Okay? So with this hand, we're saying, see my hip. And this hand, you're saying, see my beautiful smile.
There's two ways to do this picnic. You can go do plastic plates and styrofoam cups, and
Which I probably would do.
that's what you'd normally do?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to up a notch here, and again, we're going to impress Kathryn. And my suggestion is that we go with real plates, cloth napkins, nice glasses,
Right.
real cutlery as well. So I think at the beginning, what I'm going to suggest for you is that we start off with champagne. Of course, you need to have a champagne bucket. You know how to open up champagne?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so that's great. You know,
Yes.
you hold the neck and get it warm, and then we won't have bubbles flying everywhere.
Oh, okay. Actually, I didn't know that part.
Didn't know that?
No.
If you hold the top of the champagne bottle
Okay.
and for a little while let it get a little warm, and then you take the top off, it won't bubble up everywhere. Comfortable with that?
I am.
Okay.
So you take one hip, twist it to the front, good, and then push it out and twist it all the way to the back. And then slide your hips across and push the other hip out and take it all the way to the back. And again, start with the first one. There, so you see if you were above, you would be drawing a figure 8 with your hips. Just take the hands out to kind of swish with the hip, the same direction as the hips, okay?
This is going to be a lunch picnic, so we want to keep things light. So we're going to start off with salad. It's got strawberries in it, mandarin oranges, and pineapples. For the main course, I'm recommending grilled salmon.
Okay.
Very nice dish for summer. And then our fondue pot. Finally, we're going to show you what you're going to do with that. You can actually purchase a chocolate in this jar, and we're going to pour this into the fondue pot. You'll be able to dip the strawberries and the grapes into the chocolate.
And finally, sort of a medium-sized circle. Okay, and then the same direction, do a turn, and ta-da.
Okay, I'll say that for the end.
Okay, try the circle.
Okay.
Circle, and then ta-da. Okay.
Okay, Greg, pack your picnic basket.
I love the workshop. I would definitely want to do this. I would definitely want to do this on my own, and I can see myself doing it. Kathryn would love a surprise picnic. She'd probably have a few tears about it, just excitement, astonished, and surprised. I think I'm packed.
It felt great. It felt great to just let go. When you move your body that way, it's very sensual. I think there might be a show or two in there for Greg.
Coming up, I remind Kathryn and Greg about the delights and possibilities of good old-fashioned kissing, next on Between the Sheets. Kathryn and Greg clearly adore each other, and the homework assignment is helping them come back together sexually. Now for a refresher course on a fairly basic skill that can make all the difference in getting things started in the bedroom. So now you guys said to me that you wanted to add more sensual moments into your lovemaking instead of zooming in for the gonads and going into get off sex. Well, that's precisely what we're going to do today. What can be more intimate than a nice succulent kiss? So today's all about kissing, different ways of kissing, different kinds of kisses. First thing I want you to do is to get a sense of what you feel like to your partner. I want you to kiss the back of your hand. Gives you a sense of strong, firm, sloppy, wet. To get a sense of what you feel like to your partner when you French kiss, just make a fist, push your thumb through, and just do some tongue play with your tongue against your thumb. Take it in your mouth and just kind of play with it. That's what your partner's feeling. If you think it's too wet or too dry, we got a whole bunch of wonderful things here that we can play with. If your mouth ever feels a little too dry, grab a grape and put it in your mouth. It'll make all the difference. And sometimes you can just kind of take half a lemon and suck on it, and but try the grape, it's easier. You'll feel all of a sudden your mouth feels really, really wet. When your mouth feels dry, it's a great way to get it all succulent and perfect again. Now, if you feel that the taste in your mouth isn't quite right, or your partner's mouth, you've had garlic or whatever, best way to change the flavor is kiwi. And hint, hint, it changes flavor of other things as well for men.
Kiwi.
Kiwi. Yeah, make him eat lots of kiwi. Now, the other thing I want you to do is I want you to grab a hot cinnamon candy back there and try that. It's important to play with temperature changes because it awakens different nerve endings in our bodies, particularly our mouth. How does that feel? You're going from cold to hot. And you know what? When you're doing other oral things, it's awesome to play with mints and hot and cold things. From you to him, never from him to you. It can be overwhelming for a woman.
It's burning.
Okay, hot stuff. Let's get it back here.
It's gone.
It's gone. Okay, now kiss each other. Does it feel different? I want you to dip your finger in the honey and line each other's mouths with it. You can change the texture, you can change the taste. Just go in there and line it nicely. And then when you go in, it's all sticky and it feels very different. Now kiss each other and see if it feels different.
Oh my. Okay, you can leave now.
I'm not done yet. Soon. We're gonna go right into different kinds of kisses. I want you to start off with the butterfly sweep. This is those tender little kisses, just little barely there brushing kisses where you go. You can choose her arm, her leg, her inner thigh, her face, anywhere but her mouth. Kathryn, is there any other spots? Is there any other spots where you like to be kissed? The sides and the back of your neck?
Yeah, the neck, the shoulder.
The next thing I want you to try is what's called a suck slide. This is where you suck the skin in and you slide across.
She's supposed to keep contact or no?
You keep contact, you barely brush your lips across like this. So you create suction. Now remember your homework. I want you to play on all those different parts. You're not zooming in right here into the nether zones or anything that's ultra sensitive and that's going to take you over the top. So you're teasing. Now the next kiss is really sensual because you both get to kiss each other's lower lip at the same time, and it's a direct link to the groin. It's very powerful. So you are going to cradle his head in your lap, Kathryn, and then you'll just approach him from above so both of you can kiss each other's lower lip simultaneously. The Kama Sutra calls it the upside down kiss. Very powerful. Blowy and flushed. A couple that takes 10 seconds to kiss before they day, all things being equal, is going to feel a lot more connected, healthier, and happier through the day than a couple who does not.
Here's our secret.
So there you go. Now, what would a workshop on kissing be without French kissing? Show me what you got.
Love the workshop.
Yes, we liked the kissing workshop.
Yeah.
Something that we, asked for and definitely needed. Learn ways to just kind of slow down, be more sensual, and just experience some new things. Like the honey.
Yeah.
Love the honey.
Loved it. Cheers.
Thanks, baby.
You're welcome.
Coming up, we check in with Kathryn and Greg a couple of weeks later and find some very positive results. Next on Between the Sheets. It's been 2 weeks since I left Kathryn and Greg alone at their romantic picnic. Let's see how things have progressed. I'm feeling pretty good about these two. So, you guys, did you have fun with your homework?
Yes, we did.
Oh, we did.
But I think the best thing about the homework that we found during this whole process was that it opened up so much for us. It gave us a chance to explore, but it also gave us a chance to have the letdowns, to have the conversations and know that, well, you know what, we're having this again tomorrow anyways, it doesn't matter, so let's talk about this. Let's see how, we had some great conversations. It was just like, hey, you know what, can you try this next time? Can you try that next time? And it's awesome. It was fantastic. I think it was like the best assignment that someone could have given us.
Now tell me, are you having sex more often?
We absolutely are.
What about the quality?
I think my problem is that Kathryn just turns me on.
I used to get really upset, and I used to take it personally, and I would feel almost let down and dejected because he would get like excited and he wouldn't be able to hold out for me. And so then there I am thinking, okay, I'm not important, I'm not worth waiting for. But I learned that it's not about that, it's quite the opposite. It's just that Greg is just so, he's so excited about me, and he's so taken with me that at the time it's just like, it's overwhelming.
Now tell me, how were you able to incorporate your workshops into your homework assignment?
I've gotten a couple surprises from this one. A little champagne picnic last week, and last night when he got home, he went off into the bedroom and kicked me out for a while, and I came in and candlelight, and so I had a really nice candlelight massage last night from him, which was awesome, and it was just another chance to connect, and it felt really nice that Greg was taking the initiative and having the confidence to do this and to plan it out, and got fed some eclairs.
Lots of kissing, I hope.
Lots of kissing.
Yes.
Trying out all the new ones.
Yes.
Oh, the new ones. We like happy
Pleasure
endings.
for us too.
Yes.
Does it get any hotter than this? Greg and Kathryn certainly seem to have made the most of the discovery process we left them with. When was the last time you grew up like teens, taking your time to discover new sensations? How about tonight? See you next time on Between the Sheets.